misleading statistics. So sometimes when we look at graphs, sometimes they're not accurate. So if I look at this first one, you'll see two graphs. One that kind of goes over and down, over, up, and back up. And then this one literally just stays consistent the whole way. So we could say one thing that we notice that is a fact for this is that this graph changes. It has multiple times that it changes. This stays consistent. We can also notice that this one has lots of dates down here. This one does not. It only has 4. So now we get to wonder, why was this data taken multiple days? Why was this one only taken for 4 days? What's the difference? Is this a small piece of a larger graph that we're just missing the information for? We don't know. So graphs can be misleading in multiple ways. One, the vertical scale, which is your top to bottom, can either be too big, too small. You can skip numbers. It doesn't start at 0. There is no axis, or we have more than one y-axis. Or something can be wrong with the horizontal axis. So remember, your horizontal axis goes side to side. The graph can be improperly labeled. Data can be left out. Data is plotted incorrectly. Numbers don't add up, or we're using the wrong graph for the given data type, or the intervals do not add up. So if I were to look at this first one and I were to say, okay, what's wrong with it? What of these reasons is wrong with this graph? And so I look and I say, okay, well, this says the brain growth over the lifespan. So this has your age and this has your weight in grams, so how your gram grows. So if I look at this, it goes 0, 200, 400, 600, 800, 1,000, 1,200, 1,400. Vertical axis has no problems. Starts at 0, goes up in equal intervals. Now I look here. It says newborn, 1, 2, 3, 10 to 12, 13 to 21, and then I can't see what that one is. And that one looks like 61 to 85. So this horizontal axis isn't correctly graphed because you're going 3 from 10. Well, this shows a jump from 3 to 10 years old, but if you were to show 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 all the way up, it might show a smaller increase. So for this one, you would say the horizontal axis intervals aren't equal. All right, so let's go to the next one. If I look at this one, this is a bar graph. It says groups A, B, C, D, and E. It says data 90, 100, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98. Well, it started at 9100. Vertical axis is supposed to start at what? 0. So there's our issue. So we could say vertical axis doesn't start at 0. All right, so let's look at this line graph. Again, it looks like we have maybe years, 1920, 1921, 1922. This starts at 20,000, 21, or 22 million, or 20 million, excuse me, 21 million, 22, and so forth on up. Again, it did not start at 0. So we would say vertical axis doesn't start at 0. If it's not going to start at 0, it's not going to be correct. We always have to have that y-axis, if we're dealing with numbers, start at 0. All right, look at this bottom one. We have A, B, and then we have these people. This is saying A, one person is 1, but this is saying this is one big person. If you remember, this is a pictograph. On a pictograph, the people, the icons are supposed to be equal. So for this one, we would say icons aren't equal in each bar. Because this should have 3 little people, not one big person. All right, let's look at this one. How is this graph misleading? So you've got 2005 advertising budgets. Miscellaneous 16%, classifieds 5, radio 3, direct mail 16, television 15, magazine 12, newspaper 9, internet 24. So we have a circle graph. We've got percentages. Let's check those percentages. All right, so we've got, let's see, 16 and 5, there's 21, 22, 23, 24. There's another 24. There's 16 and 15, that's going to be 31. 12 and 9 is going to be 21. So let's say 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it does equal 100%. So my percentages match out. But could I say what is misleading about this? I'm thinking of it. This one, I believe, is your size of your pieces. Because this is 16%, this is 15%, that's 16%. I think some of these aren't equal. So pieces aren't divided up correctly. All right, so let's look at another one. If I were to look at this one, it looks like you've got years down here. You've got the temperature anomaly in Celsius. All right. Now, if you look, I don't know if you can see this, right there, we have an issue. There is a break in the data. If we're talking about years, we should have consistent data. So obviously there was a break in the data, and that's why this is misleading, because there is a hole. All right, let's look at this last one. Again, we've got another pictograph. What do we notice? This has 1 person. This one has 9, but it's only showing to 3. So this one actually has a couple problems. Number 1, icons aren't equal. You shouldn't have a big one and small ones. 2, I don't think your vertical axis is tall enough because if it's got 9, this should go up to 9. So they should all be stacked on 1. Icons stacked in a line, not array. So they shouldn't be like a little box. They should all be on top of each other. And that is misleading statistics.